Good day, class. I am Sharmaine and I will be your instructor for today. But class, before we proceed in our topic, I want you to answer the quiz or question that I prepared. And the type of quiz is jumbled letters. Who wants to answer the question number 1? A form of cooking where you cook flour base under the prolonged heating. Okay, that's right. The answer is baking. The second one, staple food from a dough of flour and water, usually in baking. The answer is yes, that's right, it's bread. The other question is, it is used for cooking, heating, baking, and creating foods. Yes, Alex? Okay, the answer is oven. A baked food made a dough of flour, water, and shortening agents that may be savory or sweetened. Miss Alcantara? Very good. The answer is pastry. This is the last question. The first country or the pioneers in baking? No one can answer. Okay, the first country or the pioneers in baking is the Egypt. It's done. You all did a great participation. So let's start in our discussion. And here are the objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student must be: first is define the history of baking. The second is understand what baking is. And the third, know the purpose of baking. The history of baking. Who knows what baking is? How is it formed? Baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, typically an oven. In which country it was first discovered? So let's talk about the history of baking. During 4000 to 2100 BC, the Egyptians baked bread at the time, and it's believed that they learned these skills from Babylonians. But before that, in time of 600 BC, the invention of the first enclosed oven originated in ancient Greece. Between 300 to 200 BC, baking turned into a trade when freemen in Greece began establishing public bakeries and became occupation in Roman society. And also the preparation of pastries every time there is a celebration is all started here. Until now, we have cakes and bread when we are celebrating any occasions. From Egypt to Greece, in 500 to 1580, the baking is spread in Europe. Around the time of 17th century, or 1600 BC, they started to use more refined sugar and mold. The cake consumed with a glass of sweet wine, and we have different kinds of sugar, like white sugar, brown sugar, confectioner, and so on. Aside the sugar, the leavening agents are developed in 1800s. And in the 20th century, the cakes and baking become a luxury, and decorating a cakes become an art, especially in any celebrations like birthday and weddings. And that is the short history of baking. Before we end this, I will show you a short clip on how to bake or how to make a bread.
Smells good! Mommy, how is bread made?
Good question, sweetheart. Let's find out together. Bread is made with flour, water, and yeast. Yeast is made up of tiny little grains and is needed to make the dough soft. When the dough is ready, it's divided into loaves and then put in the oven. Once it's baked, the loaves are fragrant and crispy and ready to be eaten.
But Mommy, how is flour made?
Flour is made by grinding wheat, and wheat grows in the fields. A tractor is used to break up and soften the land in the fields. When the fields are ready, the seeds are planted with enough space between them and at the right depth. That way, each one can grow healthy and strong. The rain and sun make the little plants grow. And when the sheaves of wheat are ripe, that's the moment to harvest them. A big machine is used to gather the wheat berries and put them all in a big cart. A tractor brings the cart all the way to the mill, and this is where the wheat is ground and turned into flour. Combined with water and yeast, the flour becomes the dough. The dough is baked in the oven and becomes delicious bread.
Okay, I get it. I'm gonna hurry up and get the fields ready, Mommy, 'cause I sure am hungry.